This is a model of a standard cooktop and an overhead ventilation hood. The vast majority of homes have an overhead hood ventilation system, as some sort of ventilation is required by building codes. Here we see a typical stovetop fire situation, where someone cooking with flammable materials, such as oils, has encountered a situation where the contents of the pan have burst into flames. In most situations when this happens, the fire is suppressed using the tried and true technique of turning down the burner flame and putting a wet towel over the pan. But in situations where this happens when the stovetop is not being attended to, or the flames become very large very quickly, it can easily turn into a very hazardous situation. Though all kitchens should be outfitted with a fire extinguisher, which is readily available, often they are out of reach, their location is forgotten, or this fire happens with someone not familiar with the location of the fire extinguisher. This scenario can quickly become dangerous and, as statistics show, is one of the most common causes of home fires. Our idea is the home fire suppression system. This invention consists of a fire suppression system, which is installed directly into the overhead ventilation hood. Our system would have two different methods of activation. Method 1 would be an emergency button installed onto the front of the ventilation hood. When a person observes that a fire has increased to the level that standard methods are not able to safely extinguish it, the button can be pushed and the fire suppression system would spray the stovetop with fire extinguishing chemicals. Method 2 would be an automatic fire suppression event. Temperature sensors are designed into the fire suppression system such that if flames reach the ventilation hood, the fire suppression system would automatically trigger and spray the fire extinguishing chemicals onto the stovetop. Our design would come in several different standard sizes to fit standard ventilation hoods. Our design would also be licensed to ventilation hood manufacturers, such that they could integrate the fire suppression system directly into their ventilation hoods for a more aesthetic appeal. The two main components of our design consists of the nozzle assembly and the pressurized canister, shown in red, which holds the fire suppression chemicals. The canister is separately attachable and serviceable so that it can be replaced or recharged after an event where the fire extinguishing chemicals were released onto the stovetop, thereby suppressing a fire.